Ah! 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 Oh my god! Finally! It happened! Whew. I'm so nervous. You guys have no idea how nervous I am after all of that. Wait, let me move myself a little bit up here, like a little closer. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh my god. Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I begin? Hello, Kaylin. Hi, hi. Hello, everyone! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Good wherever you are in the world. Whew. You guys have no idea how, like, the build up to all of this, like, I've been so nervous making sure that everything's okay. I barely even slept yesterday because I was just making sure that everything was good. And even throughout the whole thing, I was typing and having fun because that's my way of coping with, you know, anxiety and all of that. But yeah, I'm super nervous. I'm super nervous. I think I want to start by saying thank you to everyone that was, you know, part of it. Not only the singers, but also the people that worked on a lot of things behind the scenes, which I will be crediting them under the live, the premiere, a little bit after I'm done here.
Rosa, rosa, rosa.
But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching Soul Vault. And I hope you guys liked it. I have a lot of things to talk about behind the scenes and like the whole process of, you know, how it happened, my inspiration, every little single like minute detail about it, how I chose the people to participate, which was actually pretty funny and pretty crazy though. I was hopeless about a lot of things, but I made it work. Okay? It was not easy. It was not easy. Cause like I had to have like a whole like idea to pitch, you know, and then people be willing to participate. Yeah. Thank you for all the soup. I don't know if I'll be able to read them all this time. But maybe I'll do like a Zatsu when I'm in Japan and like I'll be reading the Supas and stuff for Soul Vault. Okay? Both Soul Vault and here if possible. But I will catch as many Supas as I can, okay? I see all the roses, so thank you for all the roses. Thank you, thank you. I kind of imagine like standing in front of like a theater stage and you guys throwing roses at me. You made pig cinnamon. Yeah. I think
That was so far beyond my expectations that exceeded is the understatement of the century. Absolutely incredible, Lucy. And
I think it was
so proud of you for going out of your comfort zone to make this a reality. Amazing work, corazón rojo, corazón rojo, corazón rojo.
I think it was how do you say, like it's like one of the most like difficult projects to work on, like multiple people in the same place kind of thing, you know. It's really difficult.
Can't stick around, but that was so amazing. Worth staying up late for. You had a lot of fun. You cooked. Guión bajo Lucitas. The matchups were so well chosen. Everyone did great. Guión bajo Lucien.
Thank you. God, I'm out of words. Like, I don't even know what to say. I have so many things to say, but like, I need to calm down. I need those 5 minutes again. Can we have another 5-minute ad time? Can we have one of those to like recover? I'm still in shock. Oh my god. Whew. I am just like really happy that it worked out, you know, that turned out the way it turned out. I did mention how like this was like something very impossible to do, especially for me.
I think I never felt so alive like I'm feeling right now. Everyone sounded so incredible, and the armonization within each dua got me on my knees. Lucicri, thank you and all involved so much for all your efforts in a such breathtaking project.
You can finally breathe. I'm breathing.
Lucy. That was so peak. Thank you for all of your
Thank you for the ad time.
putting this together.
Thank you for the ad time.
Rosa, Rosa.
So where do I start? Where do I start? Let me think.
Officially my best birthday ever. This was so amazing.
Happy birthday!
Seeing so many of my Yoshis singing together. The lineup was so banger. Thank you so much for this surprise. W.
Okay, where do I start? Let's start from last year. Because this whole idea started around like 7 to 8 months after my debut. I debuted in January 2024. So a little bit over like 7-8 months. I had this idea in my head. I watched Alien Stage and I was like, wow, this is super cool. What the hell? Is it possible that maybe I can do something like this, but with VTubers? So long? Yeah. That was an idea. Just an idea. It was just like, I really like this. Can I do something like this? You know? But I was like, I can't just say this and be like, oh yeah, I want to do this. No. I need to have like a clear goal, right? I need to have like a clear idea, like something to actually pitch management about, right? So it all started there. And initially, by the way, a little bit of behind the scene things. Initially, it was going to be 22 participants. This whole thing was supposed to be like 2 hours long. But after discussions, after a lot of, thoughts, we had to cut it down in half because the budget was insane. That was a lot. 22 people was a lot.
No words to say. My heart is filled with your ambition, inspiration, and passion. You did an amazing. Also thank all the participants. They suited the song so well. Thank you, Lucien Lunaris, for this. I'm so proud of you. Absolute.
Thank you for the super.
We desperately need to sleep now, but this was so peak. You did so well organizing this, and everyone completely popped off. Corazón Rojo Otsu
22 would be tough to coordinate.
It
would be.
Thank you for giving this to us for free, cara mendigando.
It would be, especially for the time limit that I was given myself, right? Which was a year, basically a year. In fact, Manasan like showed me a screenshot when was the first time I brought it up to them. It was in January, early January. Like I brought my whole the solid idea of what I wanted to do. But yeah, it was initially I was like thinking of 22 people instead because I wanted to do something like more like the length of a movie, about like 2 hour long. It ended up being a little bit under an hour, which is like what, like 50 minutes, 50 something minutes. Yeah. But it was definitely complicated, I mean, all of these, by the way, all of these duets are fully mixed. So these are covers. Yes. These are official covers. They're all fully mixed. Obviously it's not live. They were all recorded. They were all mixed by professional mixers. So yeah, they are official covers. I saw some people mention it in the chat during the premiere. They were saying, I need a cover of this, like an official cover. They are official covers. Will they get individual videos? No. Unfortunately, no. Because technically they're not mine. So it is up to the people that want to post them in in their channels, medias. But I will be posting mine. I'll be posting mine tomorrow, I think. Yeah. So yeah, mine will be posted tomorrow because that's the one where I participate in. Would it be another premiere? We can do a premiere. Yeah, we can do a premiere. But it will be only a premiere, no after party though, because I have to prepare for things. Maybe a lot of you don't know, but I am going to be going to Japan sometime soon, and I need to prepare because, well, there's a concert, Skyward Fates, with the FSP boys. We have a concert and we have to prepare. Yeah. Was the special guest Mary? Yes, it was Mary. I asked Mary actually a few months ago to voice this character, which I will talk about this character, by the way, because for the lore connoisseurs, or lore hungry out there, even though this is not canon, it is lore. It is lore in some sense. Yeah. But now let me talk about like how I chose the participants, like how did it came to happen this way, right? My first idea was like, I want to do something that's inspired by Alien Stage, but I don't want to do something that's too close, because you obviously don't want to don't want to copy something one-to-one. So I just wanted to like grab the inspiration of having people duet, songs that usually are individual, for a solo singer, and part them in two to have two people come together and sing that song. So it's like a whole new iteration of the song, right? Except for Iranai Mono, which is me and Calyx. That one was originally a duo, but we just thought that song was like perfect, right? So we wanted to sing that song. But the others, they're like songs that are meant to be individual. Yeah. But yeah, basically, I already kind of had in mind the people that I wanted to invite. The 22 people, by the way. I'm not going to say who were, because obviously these people, I never reached out to them because of the fact that we had to cut it down. But I already had in mind the people that I wanted to reach out. So I had to cut it down in half and choose 12. Well, 11, right? Because I'm already in there. How are the duets decided? I'll get there. So I reach out to everyone, right? At the time, by the way, when I reach out to everyone, Calyx hadn't debuted yet. Thank you so much for the 50. Thank you. Thank you for the 50 gifted. Yeah, I haven't met this guy before. I invited everyone, and we were talking about it. I was pitching the idea to people, and I think specifically, I was talking about it with Usan first. I was saying how like I wanted to do this, but like I need help to like make people interested in wanting to participate in this. And Usan definitely gave me like a really good speech about it, right? And they were very interested in the idea. They wanted to be part of it, right? So yeah, that's how I got like kind of like the motivation. I was like, okay, I'll do this. I'll reach out to people, and yeah, we'll see if they want to participate. So I first reached out to the people because I wanted to have like a little mix of everything, right? A little mix of like everywhere, right? Like I wanted to have not just people from one place, if that makes sense, right? It doesn't matter if it's indie, doesn't matter if it's company, which company, it doesn't matter. The whole theme of it is just unity, right? Like I wanted to have people from all over just come here to do something together. So yeah, well, I invited Roscoe, I invited Cass, and Rizar, right, from FSP. Then I invited Shu. I invited Da Campo. Da Campo was the hardest one because bro doesn't use social media. So after it's really funny because the way I could actually like get in touch was like through Twitter, but we had a collab, and then I was like, I stole him after the collab for a little bit, and I was like, hey, you wanna be part of this like really fun duet singing thing? Yeah. Yeah, then I also invited Uki, and then I got Axel as well. Axel was interesting because it was a pretty similar thing, right? Like I met Axel through last year through the little karaoke off collab that we had, right? Like obviously like we have talked, but like we never met. So like we talked at that time, and I just snuck into his DMs and I was like, hey, you wanna be a part of like this like really cool thing, blah 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 blah, yeah. And then Axel was like, yeah, sure, man, let's go, let's do it, hype, right? And then the same was for Haka, I guess. Like Haka was like super excited as well. But now Calyx though, oh my god, Calyx was crazy because I think Calyx was the scariest one to like actually reach out to at the time, because as I said, you know, this idea has been way before he even debut. And you know how it can be, you know, when people just debut, it can be like, yeah, it could be like complicated, because the chances of them being able to like participate in something like this are close to zero, right? They're close to zero. Why is it scary? Well, he just debuted, and it's not like it was the first thing, right? But like, imagine you just debut and then suddenly like somebody just reaches out to you and like, hey, you want to be part of this collab? Like it's kind of weird, no? That's a little bit kind of weird. So it's kind of scary. Like you don't want to come off as like something, right? However, I think I didn't do that at first. I definitely reach out like a normal person, and we're just talking, like, you know, congratulations on debut and stuff. And then like a couple of like maybe like a month or two after, you know, because we talked about like music and stuff, and then like Zelda and blah 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 blah. And then like a month or two after, I messaged him about it, and I was like, hey, so I'm planning this thing, and I'm kind of like, I'm missing one person, you know. I'm trying to gather 12 people, and I'm missing one person. Would you be interested in like being part of this like, you know, music duet battle kind of thing? Yeah. And then it happened. Yeah. It happened. Yeah, it was really scary because like at that time I was trying to find the last one, you know, the last person that would be the balance, because I thought of this as a balance kind of thing. And I was kind of scared because if I didn't find the last person being Calyx, I don't think this would have happened this year, because it took so long to like actually invite people. It was not easy. It was really not easy. Yeah, so I'm glad that Calyx was able to join, right? Even though my request was early, I was like, yeah, I know this is early. I know you just debut and stuff like not long ago, right? But yeah, let me know. Yeah, I think that's the scariest like reach out that I've tried to like do before, ever. Yeah. Yeah, most of it was like, sorry, most of it was like just like how do I say it? I'm trying to find the right words. Most of it was thanks to Usan, because I had a conversation with Usan, right, about like how to reach out to people and stuff like that, and they just told me that I should just do it. Like I should just like, you know, reach out to people if I want to do something. And I know it's like super simple to say that. It's really difficult to do. But it kind of did like give me that little bit of like power to like that extra push to just like fuck it. Like fuck it. I will reach out to people. I'll just say it. If they can't do it, that's fine. I'll find other people. Right? So I needed that little push. Yeah, I needed a little push. Yeah. And Usan was the first person that I reached out about this. The first person I invited as well. So it was very scary. Just like, because I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't find myself like actually talking to people and like telling them to join this, asking them to join this project, right? Because at the time it was just that. It was just words. It was just an idea. There was nothing. No overlays, no editing, no 3D video stuff. It's just an idea. Like, you want to join? So yeah. That's how it happened. Now, the pairings. How did I choose the pairings? That was hard. I had to listen to everybody sing. Like, I went to listen to, I did like a extended research on covers, and I listened to everyone's covers, original songs, all of that, and then I try to put everyone with the best pairing I can put. But I think another thing that I thought about was like, I know a lot of people want these people to interact. So how about I give you the opposite? People that have probably never interacted or sang together. Let me give you guys something fresh, something new. All of these people are singers. They'll make it work. So yeah, all these pairings are rare. Like, you would have never seen this. Right? And as for the song picks, I gave the singers, I guess, would you call it freedom of choosing? So they chose the songs together, and they did their own lyric distribution. Yeah. Because I wanted them to feel comfortable singing something rather than me putting something on them. You know, I invited them to something and I want them to sing comfortably whatever they feel like they want to sing, instead of like telling, oh, you should sing this, right? So yeah, I gave them the freedom to like choose the song they want to cover, and then they were planning, you know, each other what they should sing. Was this the homework you gave Roscoe then? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's that. Yeah. You chose the pairs. You cooked so hard. Yeah, I chose the pairs. I was trying really hard to choose pairs that were like super uncommon, rare, that you have never seen before. You knew that you and Calyx would send us all to the hospital. To be fair, I was torn between having different pairs, but yeah, I think the reason why Calyx ended up in the final stage with me was because, well, he was the last one, and I already had the pairs, and he was the last one that I invited. So since he was the last one, I was the last one free. So yeah. Zelda nerds slayed. What were the other pairs that you thought about? I thought about Cass and Calyx as one of them, and Roscoe and Axel, which, to be fair, they're also rare. They're also very, like, it's something that, you know, it's kind of like hard to think about. Yeah, and also me and Octavio was one of my thoughts as well. But then the problem with that is that it would only leave Usan with Haka or the Kapu, which they already have sang before. They already have interacted before. So, it would defeat the purpose of, like, you know, seeing something that's not happened before. Yeah. Yeah, it was not an easy task to, like, have the pairings. I have a whole, like, document where I have, like, the multiple different types of, like, pairings that could have been possible. Would you ever consider doing duets with the people who didn't get to pair it with the future? Yeah, of course. Shoecast though. Yeah, they've known each other. They've known each other, but I know that's something that a lot of people wanted to see for the longest time. So, yeah. Plus, like, come on, they're literally both freaking wizards. They both magic sorcerers. Come on, it's perfect. Come on, I cannot skip that. Valo nerds versus Zelda nerds. I can now finally reveal that I did tell this during my meet and greets at AniX. I told people that there's a project, lots of duets. I did say that. And one specific person that came in with a Calyx cosplay, they asked for secrets. I didn't say anything. But when they were leaving, I was like, wait, is that a Calyx cosplay? I'm preparing something that you'll probably like in the future. And then they look at me like, and then they left. That was funny. That was really funny. And if you guys thought that I didn't have any hints for this, I did actually. Throughout the many months of the year, I've had so many hints. Talking to people, interacting with people, you know, doing this and that. Dropping hints. Uzan! Thank you so much for participating! And thank you. Now that you're here, I can tell you that it was thanks to you that I was brave enough to reach out to people about this. So thank you. I'm glad that people liked it. I'm glad that it was heard and seen. And I hope it still is. You know, it's there permanently archived for people to watch. What do you mean you did it yourself? I did the dirty work. Yeah. But the motivation was something else, you know? I definitely needed that little push. Because I'm very, it's very hard for me to reach out to people. And I mean, it's a lot, you know, it's something that in my opinion hasn't been done before. Yes, it is inspired by something, but it's something that hasn't been done before. And I hope that a lot of people take this and say, you know, frick everything. Let's embrace the unity. And let's do more projects like this. You know? breaking the rules. They're not even rules. You can't break what's not there. It's just kind of like, you know, there's like this invisible wall between like a lot of people, that a lot of people just are maybe like hesitant on crossing, right? Or passing through the wall. But there's no real wall in there. It's just like, you know, it's just really difficult. But you know, I think this event showed you that nothing is impossible, and I want a lot of people to like see this and be like wanting to do things like this in the future. You know, that's something that I wanted to do since even before I debut in FSB. I remember talking to people before about like goals and all that stuff, and I remember people telling me like things like, oh yeah, like you'll never be able to like change the, you know, the standards, or like change the way things work in the industry, blah 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 blah, right? And I was like, yeah, it seems complicated, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up on that. Yeah, I'll do my best, and you know, hopefully I can make something work, even if it's a little bit, you know, even if it's just a little bit. And if I fail trying, well, I tried. I tried. So yeah, I just really hope that a lot of people can see this, and there's more of this, you know, maybe not from me, right? Maybe not from me, but I think I gladly take that bullet to show off that it's not impossible to have that unity. And I hope a lot of people can do that in the future too. So thank you for supporting that. And I mean, what else better than music to unify, to unite everyone, to have everyone come together. To connect. Yeah, music really connects people. It does. It does. And I want to also say a very, 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 very special thanks to somebody that, while they were not in the singing part, they were a big part of this whole project, and that was Mary, for accepting to voice for the entity that was at the start and at the end of the Soul Vault. Now you may wonder, like, why did I think about Mary? Like, why did I choose Mary? Why did I ask Mary? Well, I think that's pretty simple. I love Usan's lore videos. And you guys probably know Mary for Mephisto. And I was like, wait, this guy is perfect for this person. And I was like, Mary, can you do this? Can you do this for me, please? Would you like to participate in this project and voice this person? Yeah. And then Mary was like super happy about it. He even recorded like, I think it was like 3 iterations of each line. It's crazy. And it was done in like maybe like hours. I'm telling you how fast Mary was. It's so funny because Mane-san was like, how long do you want to give Mary to record these lines? You know, like people take weeks sometimes. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, if it were for me, I would say like today. I was joking. I was joking. And then I was like, I don't know, like maybe like 2 weeks, maybe. And then a few hours passed, and then Mana-san was like, Lucien, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. And I was like, wait, why? And then Mana-san sends me the voice recordings from Mary, and it's like 3 different iterations of this of the lines. And I'm like, what? And then I talked to Mary about it, and I'm like, bro, you're crazy. Like in the span of a few hours is insane. He is crazy. And like they were perfectly delivered too. You want a meal when you go to Japan? Okay. Mary VA, hell yeah. He's like, say less. Literally. No, literally. He was like super excited about it. And yeah, I hope that I can work with Mary on voicing things in the future as well, because I really like his voice. I think his voice is very fitting for a lot of roles. Not just like these type of roles, but like this was clearly like, you know, like when I thought about the voice for this character, I was like, it has to be something like this, you know? Yeah. But yeah, he's very, very, very talented. Very talented in what he does. Yeah. Now, will there be a part 2? The ending is very open. Nobody died. That is the resolution of this Soul Vault. Nobody died. Yet. But will there be a part 2? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's complicated. But I left it open for in the future. Just in case. I do have to say that, being real with you, this was very expensive. The production on this was insanely high. And I was even surprised with what they came up with from my little silly ideas that I had. The things that I cooked in meetings throughout the year with Mana-san. Everything that you saw was like super duper expensive. Yeah. And like I said, all the duets, they are fully produced covers. Fully produced, fully mixed. All of that stuff is super expensive. And as I said before also, this is like a pilot, you know? We'll see. If it does pretty well, and I'm talking about the millions. I'm talking about the millions. I don't know, I think that the chances of having another one might be not impossible. Might not be impossible. And I think I would like more time to like prepare more things, you know? If that were the case. I'm talking like more lore, you know? Maybe even longer duration. Maybe more artworks. Maybe more stakes. Even though a lot of people... I was very torn about it, I'm not gonna lie. That's why the first Soul Vault, this one, you know, I didn't want anyone to die. Because at first I just wanted to be duets for survival. That's the whole idea. Like, they were pulled from their worlds to sing for some selfish entity that just wanted to be entertained because they were bored. Right? So I wanted to be duets for survival at first. But who knows? Maybe the stakes can change in the future. You know, for the drama building. Because I think having that like drama building for the story would be really good. It keeps you like biting your nails, and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What did they do? Did they win? You know? Yeah, angst, right? Angst. Yeah. More voice acting I would like for sure. Like if I were to have another one of these, I would like to have more voice acting. Especially from the participants as well. You know? Create something more like a movie. Right? But also without being controversial, because I don't want people picking. Oh yeah, who wins? Who did that? Right? So I have to think about it. If I ever were to do a Soul Vault 2, I need to think about like how to make it so that, you know, there's no picking, there's no like hard feelings, and it's just an act, you know. But yeah, you know, those are like my goals for like if I ever were to do this again in the future. I definitely want the stakes to be higher, production to be improved, right? But for that Soul Vault 1 must do really well. You know, there's no sequels if the first doesn't do well. Right? There's no sequel if the first doesn't do well. Now, entering the lore territory over here, the whole lore for this event, I think it's pretty obvious from the start. There's like this entity. Okay, we're gonna start with this entity. What are they? A devil? A demon? We don't know. Okay, they're an entity. Obviously, in the credits, I put devil because it's just easier for credits. But it's an entity. What is this entity's name? They do have a name. However, I'm not going to share that name right now. So for now, we're going to call them Nameless. Right? That's going to be their name for now. Nameless. Are they connected to my lore somehow? Somehow, yes. Named reveal in part 2. Hey, maybe. Maybe. Not to be confused with unnamed. No. Nameless because they don't have a name. Yeah. They're a nameless entity. It's just like an AU. It's like a spin-off. And now to explain the spin-off. Why is it a spin-off? Well, obviously, my lore can't connect or cannot include like any of these people from other places, right? Because they are separate beings, separate IPs. If we're talking about that kind of like, you know, industry-wise. So how did I make it so that this can connect with lore? Well, it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off. This spin-off, this entity, Nameless, can control souls and is timeless. A celestial being. And they can pluck souls from different worlds. Like tear through the fabric of reality. Kind of similar to Avalon. Kind of similar to the crystals. Right? So, what did they do? They took 12 souls, 12 of the souls that they wanted to devour, and put them in one stage because they were bored. This entity is somehow related to my curse. Not entirely, but somehow. Let's just keep it like that for now. Like the origin? The origin goes beyond time. It goes beyond time. So, all of this, by the way, all of Soul Vault happens in a timeless place. No time. It's not past, present, or future. It's just happening. All at the same time. Get Lucy Menchie to understand more. Yes! But you gotta remember, it is a spin-off. Which means not canon. Right? Was there a set list for the cover songs or did I miss it? What were the song titles? I will put the description after this stream. After I'm done with the stream, I'll put the description in the description of the Soul Vault. Yeah. You don't gotta worry. All the stages happen at the same time story-wise. No, I mean obviously there was one stage after another because there's a clear order, right? There's a clear order. But I mean what like this whole story, this whole Soul Vault story happens in a timeless place. So it's neither the past, it's neither the future, neither the present. It's just everything at the same time. Yeah. Now, I might have missed some things, but if you have any questions, or maybe you want me to ask, like a void space, kind of, yeah. Reality warping. If you have any questions, something in, you know, that you probably wanted to ask me, I can answer. Was a claw machine animation inspired by Danganronpa? Yes! Yes! Thank you for asking. Yes, it was. That was my reference, and the music as well. Yes. I wanted to have something like the trials from Danganronpa. Yeah. But, you know, its own thing. Its own thing. But that same feel, like pixel art, you know? I specifically asked for pixel art. Felt like it was giving Danganronpa vibes. Yeah, that's the whole idea about it. I'm glad you thought. I'm glad you thought so. Even the music. Yeah, even the music. I handpicked the music. By the way, I sound engineered the whole thing. Like, the animation and the segment with the lore as well. Yeah, so every single little sound, you can... If you play that again, you probably maybe notice it, but you probably didn't. But every single little noise and sound that you find there, I put it there. Like, you could hear the chains, you know, doing the chain sounds, the zooms, the clankiness of the claw machine, the picking, all the little sounds. Yeah, all of that I did it myself. Yeah, it was just hours and hours of like looking for the right sounds. Right, and that it matches perfectly as well. Like cutting here, editing there, adding pitch, subtracting pitch, all that stuff. It was hard because it's the first time that I do something like this. It's the first time that I do something like this, but I was super excited about doing it myself. Yeah, if you listen to it, you can hear all of the details that there is. I don't know how to ask this, but did you coordinate or direct the mixing of each cover? I wasn't really involved in giving feedback, unless it was for mine. Because, as you know, all of these people are singers. So they know what they're doing, right? Which means that they have their own feedback to give for their own, you know, covers. And I don't want to, like, intrude on that because they are professionals at what they do. So for me, it was just me and Calyx that gave feedback for our cover. And so on. Let them coordinate themselves, yeah. Did the stage colors for each performance mean anything? It didn't mean anything. It was just to match the vibe of the song. That's pretty much it. Is the red moon / planet in the background of the round lore significant? Not really. It was just aesthetic. Is this the first time the others heard the rest of the covers then? Yes. They've only heard their own covers, but they haven't heard anyone else's. So this was their first time, like, seeing the whole thing and watching the whole thing. They only know about what they recorded. They don't know anything about the visuals. Can I ask about lore? It depends. What do you want to ask? How early were the covers done? Like, what part took the longest to really do? Let me think. Let me search my chat with... I think the first one to finish was... Shoot. Let me check. You want to know when they were finished, right? April. April 5th. Did all the singers know about what was happening? They knew about the idea, yeah, the project. They didn't know how it was going to be, like, structured, though. What about yours? Let me see. Because mine was the last one to finish, I think. Well, was it? I think so, yeah. It was... August. So the gap between Shu finishing his and me and Calyx finishing ours is long. It's crazy. Were they aware lore-wise? Oh yeah, I gave him a little synopsis of, like, what it was. Yeah. That's why I had to, like, I can't just tell them, oh, you want to participate in something? No, I have to give him the whole, like, you know, pitch the idea of, like, how it was going to be and why, the reason why, right? That's why you need to have, like, a solid idea and, like, something prepared instead of just, like, asking people something. How did you decide to choose your song? Actually, really funny. I can give you that. I can tell you that. Obviously, that song was decided between me and Calyx. That was the best one, but we had other choices. We had other choices. We had three choices, I believe. So let me search that up. I don't know about the others. This is just mine because obviously I had my conversations with Calyx about this. Like, we were choosing what kind of song or what was the vibe we wanted to give. Let me see. Okay. Oh, there were two, actually. There were two, not three. The first one was the first pick, like number one pick, was
I remember
Chained,
you mentioned
right?
wanting to do something
The one that we
like
did.
this a while agosto. You worked so hard and I'm so proud of you, Lucy Corazon Rojo. Every project of yours you always handle with so much care and love. Looking forward to your future projects, Corazon Rojo. VTuberEN.
And then let me see. How do you pronounce this? Let me see if I can find like a translation to this. Hairo Toao is a Kenshi Yonezu, and yeah, Kenshi Yonezu song. Kenshi Yonezu, yeah. That was the second choice. There were many others that we kind of like dropped, but like we came into like the conclusion it had to be one of those two. But we proposed doing Yellow by Yo Kamiyama. We proposed to do what is this song again? We proposed to do, let me see if I can. Nonsense Bungaku, I think that's the name. Is by Eve. And In My Head by Natori. And Scar by Tatsuya Kitani. But we ended up with Chained in the end, which was the best vibe for a final stage. So yeah, we were kind of like deciding like, what do we want people to feel? We want them to be hyped, or we want them to give them like a melancholic ending, or like a sad ending, you know, with a sad song. So we came up with just like being like, let's have them hyped, because Chained is a very hype song. So yeah. Especially like, yeah, especially like considering the balance of all the songs throughout, like I think that was the best choice too. How did you decide the order of the pairings? What was decided after the songs were picked? I think it was just a balance and a little bit of variety. It was just a balance. Yeah, there really isn't much thought of it. Obviously, I put myself at the end because like I'm the one hosting it, right? So I have to end it. So the people who got paired with each other discuss the songs they want to sing together. Yes. Yes. Possibility of you doing an Eve song has me ascending to heaven right now. Yeah, it was a thing. It could have been a thing, yeah. But you know, you can't choose that many songs, so it had to be only one. In the story, when the souls were extracted to entertain the nameless entity, were each one of the singers conscious about what was happening? No, actually, no. They didn't know. I would have loved to explain more the in-between things, but like I said, budget reasons is the reason why, but I can definitely explain. They were confused. As, you know, as a character being like just yoinked from your world, they were confused and they didn't know what was happening, but they had the adrenaline of like, you know, having to sing to survive. And they just gotta do what they're best at, singing, right? they went along with it. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do when just some otherworldly entity can, like, take out your soul and kill you in 1 second? That's why you see in the opening, the first stage, Octavio and Usan having some words in between their songs. That was definitely also a choice. Because it's kind of like an opener, right? It's an opener. They have to entertain the audience of Shadows. Why is it called Soul Vault? I came with a lot of names actually, but I think Soul Vault was probably the best one. Because I didn't want to be too close to Alien Stage, right? I didn't want to do something like the first stage or the Soul Stage, because, you know, having the word stage would have been like, it's way too close to it. I don't want to. First of all, I don't want to get in trouble. Second of all, I want to do my own thing, right? So I decided to just call it Soul Vault. And a lot of people, I think one specific post actually mentioned the meaning of soul and vault, right? Which, yeah, you were pretty spot on. Yeah. The Soul Vault is the machine, the claw machine that you saw at the beginning. I don't know if you caught it, but it says Soul Vault at the top. It's basically like a representation of like what it is, right? Physical representation. Your souls get put into that machine, and that's the Soul Vault. Does it decide the pairs? Yes. That was the gacha. Yeah, that was the gacha. Initially, it was really, really hard to like make something gachas and like make the audience choose, because I didn't want to reveal anyone, first of all. And maybe for the second one, if there is a second one, like I said, it probably, if it were to happen even, I would probably think about it like 2027 maybe. But like if there were to be a second one, I'd probably reveal the people, because the first one was kind of like a pilot. I didn't want anyone to know what was going on. I wanted to be super secret. But yeah, my initial thought was like I wanted the audience to pick the pairs, or at least have the illusion to be immersive in that way. That like it gives you the illusion that you chose the pairs, right? By a vote system or something. So that's why I came up instead with the gacha, right? Having the gacha with the capsules. Like you claw them in, yeah, you grab them with a claw, you put them in. You don't know which one you grab until they open, right? Yeah. Would you like to have more people if you do a part 2? I feel like if I had a part 2, it'd probably have to be 12 people again. I think that's the perfect number. Yeah. Especially if I want to do as much as I want to do. Yeah. You could have the Hunger Game route and have the participants sell themselves to the audience too, and give more lore that way. That's what I was thinking. I wanted more dialogues for if we ever do another one. For this one, like I said, time limits plus what's it called, budget. But like if we're able to do a second one in the future, I want more lines. Like a little bit of a backstory, maybe. Yeah. But more than everything, you know, I want this to be a showcase of everyone's voices, I think it's a perfect showcase for like every single individual that was part of it. So obviously, while the stakes were fake, right? Because obviously it's fictional. In reality, the stakes were pretty high because you want to do your best at showing your talent, right? Your passion of singing, which is why I chose singers for this. Right? So in reality, the stakes were pretty much the same. Like you want to make or let people hear your passion rather than just do something that's like not emotional or like doesn't feel genuine, right? So every single person in here has a passion for singing, for making music. So yeah. Thank you for the super. Thank you. I'll make sure to read the supas during another stream, okay? But I appreciate everyone for sending the supas and gifteds. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting me and the Soul Vault as well. And like I said, I mean, like, literally, if everything does well, like, I will try my best to make another one in the future. I had a production/feedback question earlier, but I think it got buried. Sorry, the chat is fast. No worries if you miss it, but let me know if I can repost it. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. But yeah, don't expect it to happen anytime soon because as you know, look at how long it took for it to like to even be a thing, right? So you will probably not expect it anytime soon. But I do appreciate if you guys give it a lot of support and share it because, I mean, I want this not to be just like a VTuber thing. I want this to be like more out there, you know? I want more people to find about these people, about these very, very talented singers, right? And hey, I mean, I am super excited if anybody wants to do something similar to this. Like, I don't feel like anybody, like, this should be gatekept, right? If anybody wants to do a project that's similar to this and, like, invite more people and do, you know, the same type of concept, I'm super down. If you plan to do something similar in the future, are you open to feedback? If so, where's the best place for us to share our thoughts? Actually, I don't have like a feedback page or anything. Honestly, I would say use the hashtag SoulVault if you want to have like, you know, any feedback. I'm super open to it because, as I said, this was done with as much budget as I could, or I guess not me, but like the company, right? And we went over budget. And despite all of that, I think it looks the best it can be. But I know that there's room for improvement. So yeah, if you have like any feedback, I'm super down to, you know, I'm super open to like listen to it. For sure. I wanted to keep the first one a secret, right? But if there were to be a second one in the future, I think you know, you can look forward to it being more open rather than private. On what platform? Sorry, I'm not on Twitter. Oh, it would have to be on Twitter. I don't have anywhere else to leave feedback. I don't have another platform. Roscoe and Cass are trending. Let's go! The icons are so cute. Would look really nice as badges. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, when we were talking about merch, I was like, you know, it would be really complicated because like they're IPs from a different company. I can't do that, but it would be really nice. A comment in the video, right? Yeah, you can leave a comment in the video. Yeah, please. Imagine Soul Vault merch. You know, that's something I wanted to think about. It might be impossible, but not difficult. If I were to make Soul Vault merch in the future, right, it would have to be generic merch and not like character merch. Because, well, obviously, like, they're different IPs. It could be very complicated. Okay? It could be very complicated. But I think it's a cool idea to have, like, Soul Vault merch. Yeah. And I really want to make this a thing. So, I really hope that it pops off. That a lot of people can see it. Impossible, but not difficult. No, impossible and difficult. Because they're just different IPs. It's like trying to sell merch from a game. You know what I mean? Or like, imagine if FSB just suddenly made Sanrio merch. Like, we can't do that. You know what I mean? We can't do that. Yeah, I think if it gets enough boost and management sees that this is like something that's like worth pursuing again, yeah, I wouldn't see a part 2 being impossible, but definitely in a long time from now, like, who knows, maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Like, it would take a while, unless it goes like super giga viral, then that's a different thing, I guess. But yeah, if you have any feedback, I'm super open to it. You can either post it on YouTube or Manasan just said, or use company inquiry in my description. Yeah, you can also use that and they will forward it to me. Yeah, if you want to know where that is, it's in the description. It's trending. I guess I have to like... I don't see it yet. But let's go! Trending at 29 the last I checked. Let's freaking go! Oh my god. It's a number 3? What the heck? I don't see nothing. Your tweet, refresh it. It doesn't work like that for me. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy seeing you guys talk about it on Twitter. You know, it wouldn't be possible without you, so I'm very, 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 very happy that you guys enjoyed it. You guys liked it. And I know it's not perfect, okay? So if somebody points out something, that's okay. We take the feedback. Don't fight anyone, okay? This is a happy thing. More than like being perfect or imperfect. It was something that will be there for years. You know, it's something that has never been done before in this way. So let's just keep it at that. And I'll take the feedback, of course. Especially if there's like any quality of improvements. I'm super down to take them. Hey, I mean, those ideas can be really good for the next one. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you, while working on this, it was very stressful. And I told myself and I told management, I'm not doing another one after this. I like the idea. I think it's amazing. I think there's, you know, a lot of like really cool stuff, but I am not doing another one. Because it took a lot. It took a lot. But I think the reason why I said that is because while doing this, I was also working for a lot of other things at the time. Covers, the concerts, right? meet and greets, streaming every day. So it definitely felt like very tiring. Being reminded every single day, every single week, like, oh, have you, you know, advanced on this? Have you done this? Have you done that? And I'm like, no, actually, I haven't finished. So it was very stressful. I told myself I was not going to do another one, but I would like to see another one. Yeah. Thankfully, I had the help of management, you know, to take control of a lot of things for me. But yeah, it was really hard to do this on my own. Are you gonna take some rest after this whole thing is over now? Yeah, today's my last stream. Before we, you know, we don't see each other until Japan. I don't know when I will have streams then, but I will be uploading my cover of Iranai Mono, which is just like the cut section from me and Calyx tomorrow. I'll be posting it here on YouTube. We're gonna miss you. It's okay. I'll miss you guys too, but we'll see each other very soon. Yeah? Maybe when I arrive in Japan, well, it might be very late, but I might do a space. You know? It might be very early for a lot of people too. But I'll do a space when I'm there. Right? I don't have a schedule per se, but you guys can look forward to, while I'm in Japan, one of those days there's going to be a drinking stream with the boys. At least one of those days. Are you going to take your laptop? Yes, of course. Can you take us with you too? You mean the little rice ball? You and your 3 luggages. I'm only taking 1, but I'm buying more over there, yeah. What do you call us? Little rice ball. That's what you look like. That's what the plushie looks like. Little rice ball. Little onigiri. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions about Soul Vault, I can answer them right now. If not, then we can get ready to wrap up for today. There are those things. There are worse things to compare us to. I mean, you do look like an onigiri though. Have you seen the plushie? One more question. What's the question? I might have missed some things, but I think I've said most of the things that are like important. Kazuba!
Lucy for all the effort to put in this project. The prowler was perfect. The pairing, the vocals, everything was amazing. Lucifire. Thanks to all the participants as well. They were amazing too. Lucy.
Yippee! Is it okay if there's someone make an animatic about Soul Vault? I want you to do that if you want to. Yeah, so if anybody wants to do like animations, fan art, you know, fanfics, whatever you want to do, you can post it under Soul Vault. Hashtag Soul Vault. I want to see all those. Maybe you want to do like fan art of the duets, all that stuff. But please, only use Soul Vault. Okay? Only use Soul Vault. Do not use any other people's hashtags. For respect, you know? Because some people rather not have those things in under their like art hashtag. So please, if you're gonna do something like that, just use hashtag Soul Vault. remember to take Soul Vault as a like an external world kind of thing, right? It's like similar to Vcraft. Vcraft is its own world, and so is Soul Vault. It's its own world, its own reality. Yeah, no lunography, no, just Soul Vault. So I want Soul Vault to be a general tag for anything related to Soul Vault, whether it's thoughts about the lore, maybe you have like, I don't know, even more questions or thoughts about it. You want to post more screenshots, or you want to post fan art, or you want to do animatics, all of that. Yeah. Was Lament inspired in that nameless entity? No. It has nothing to do with Vcraft. However, Lament's speech was inspired by this speech that the entity Nameless had. Because I made this one first, obviously. There's kind of a hint. But it's not connected at all. It's just inspired. Like, they're both my characters, of course. Can't remember if you answered this, but how long did it take you to come up with the name Soul Vault? Maybe
Soul Vault.
Maybe a couple of weeks.
Fights are perfect. Also, the art, animation, sounds are amazing too. _Lucitskr. Aman mine FR _Lucitskr.
Agasuba!
Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for your hard work, Lucy _.
Thank you for the Agasuba. But yeah, a couple of weeks. It took me because like I wasn't decided on like, and I want to have the right hashtag for it too. And I think Soul Vault was just perfect. I was sitting on that for a while. I was thinking about changing it. I was thinking of naming it something else, but Soul Vault ended up being the final one. So yeah, the name has a ring to it. I agree it does. Now if there would be a second part, it still would be Soul Vault, but it would probably be Soul Vault and the name of like the theme, I guess, instead of like being Soul Vault 2. You know what I mean? And it would probably still be the same hashtag. Were there any bloopers? No, there weren't any bloopers. Did you ask anyone's opinion on the name? Nope. Just Manasan. When you heard all the covers, which collab was the one that surprised you the most? Haka and the Capo. I think instantly. Even I didn't see that combo coming. Can we get anything more about Nameless, or are they going to show up in future projects? I think this iteration of Nameless will be only for Soul Vault. This iteration. Will he appear anywhere else? Like I said, this iteration, only for Soul Vault. But this whole entity is not just part of Soul Vault. Like I said, see this as a spin-off, right? Not canon. However, the character is canon. Does that make sense? in the next Soul Vault, are we gonna see other contestants, or will we also get some comebacks? We'll see. I think we'll see. You never know what happens in the future. So I can't just tell you, yeah. I guess you'll have to wait and see if it is a possibility. I'll try to reach out. What's the connecting hint that you said relates to this? And was the gacha and but like a hint to this too? No, there was nothing in connecting that was hinting to this. The only like I said it as a like it's not really connected in as much of a it's just a coincidence, is that this year was literally the year of duets. We had me and Cass doing 2 duets, me and Nayu doing 2 duets. And then this duet thing, right? So, yeah. But it was just a coincidence. Like, it wasn't planned at all. Did you put any hints in Soul Vault or no? I mean, yeah. But I'm not gonna ask you to think about it. Because you will literally not find out about it. You will not. It's just you would think that it's too much of a reach, even though it was purposely in there. Will you tell us one day what it was? Yeah, I mean, this thing that I'm talking about was like teased even before this, but I also decided to put it in there, so yeah. But I'll tell you when it comes out. You must be in Cloud 9. I give up on searching hints. Yeah, don't worry. You don't have to think about it too much. Like, you asked me a question, I said, yeah, okay? But, like, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, yeah, you gotta look and you gotta think too much. No, you will not find it. It's not placed for you to find it. It's just there. And there's also Easter eggs, by the way. These are definitely purposely there. If you look enough, you will see some Easter eggs. Yeah, that's the funny part. Or the fun part, I guess. Easter eggs, just Easter eggs. Like, in general. I mean, I told you, you know, some things were inspired by Danganronpa, you know, that's an Easter egg of its own. There's other details that are in there that you gotta see, you know, you gotta see. Maybe it's lore related. Maybe it's just that. It's not heavy like lore, but it's like, you know, it's there. They're just Easter eggs. That's what they are. Easter eggs are things that you find that are like hidden but not hidden. If you look closely, you will see a lot of things. Look closely where? Well, everywhere. Throughout the whole thing. It's crazy. I want to see the theories that people have, because there are. Mario watches millimeter away from the screen. Even the intermissions? No, the intermissions are just intermissions. look closely, me with glasses. The thing is, like, it's not meant to be found that easily. It's meant for you to, like, pay attention, you know? And I feel like a lot of people that have Menshi will understand more because of the lore. There's just, like, slight little Easter eggs. How do you feel when the Lunaris gets to line up? I was like, damn. Like, they're fast. You got it 99% wrong. I mean, right, though. Obviously. But then after a while, I saw a post of somebody saying, oh my god, it's not impossible. It's Usan. And I was like, oh, they got it. Just to solve all thing? No, no. Even in the intro or outro. I think you have to think really hard to find these, though. Which, by the way, I will be adding the credits for everyone after this stream is done. We also guessed Mary. That's true. You did it. Yeah, you did guess it too. When I said an additional guest. Was the mention of despair in the opening speech also a Danganronpa reference? Well, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it's pretty cool that you guys got a lot of things right. You're very smart. Just figuring out by the hints. Yeah, I wanted to keep this a secret for as long as I could, but I think at the end, almost at the end, I had to tell you guys something, right? So, yeah. We also said, yo, alien stage. Yeah. Yeah, you got it right. You got it right. You really did. By the way, I do want to say I wanted to give credit where credit's due, because I was thinking of a way to do a teaser that will not... that will have you guys thinking and will have you guys do work. That was not me. That was all Manasan's idea. Of doing the hex color circles, by the way. So you blame them for giving you work. But that was a really good idea. When I saw it, I was like, wait, this is like really smart. This is perfect because people will know, but they have to work for it. It was perfect. It was perfect. I loved it. Like, I really loved it. I like those kind of teasers, you know? I like teasers where, like, I'm still looking forward to, like, what the frick is happening in this, but then I have to work to the code, the teaser, you know, and be like, oh, wait, what if it's this? But what if we're wrong? But what if it is? You know? It was genius. It was genius. And I loved it. I loved it. I think it was perfect. Yeah, it makes the teaser more hyped, and then also, like, it's just really fun, like, interacting in that way, you know? You guys can interact with, like, theorizing what the hell is going on. We had no idea how much we struggle with that, because color... I'm not gonna lie, though, not everybody has a hex code, so... I know it was difficult, but you guys got it, though. You guys got it. And also, at first, during the teaser, you guys saw a second blue circle. And because you guys got it wrong, I was like, okay, I understand why. Usan doesn't have a hex code, right? So I was thinking, maybe on the thumbnail, I'll just do white and blue. So that'll probably just tell you that you were wrong. Yeah. Yeah, Usan has 3 colors. Yeah, but I use the ones that everyone uses the most in chat and like Twitter and stuff like that, which is white and blue. So, yeah. And trust me, I mean, when I initially thought that it would be like a 22 people kind of thing, whoever you thought whoever you could think that I was planning to invite, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just that I just couldn't, because I couldn't do that many people. But you can think about people that like to sing. You know, you can think about people that like to sing, because this is a music project. For the longest time, the code name for this was Singing Project. So yeah, I was definitely thinking. I had a lot of people in my mind when it came out to reaching out. Yeah, there's 10 more you could think about. Yeah, 10 more? No, there's more. Let me see. 6. 12. Yeah, 10 more. Yeah. For the 10 other people, would you be considering them if you ever do a Soul Vault 2.0? Maybe. Maybe. Would Kalen have been in it if he's debuted earlier? Yeah, he would have. Unfortunately, by the time Kalen debuted, this was already solidified. So, there wasn't time. But I remember Manasan saying that we could delay this and wait for it, because apparently there's somebody that likes, you know, singing a lot. Like, this was like my little hint that there was somebody in Gen 3 that likes to sing a lot. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I want to delay it, unfortunately, but maybe in the future I would definitely include them. Yeah. But yeah, he would have definitely been there. Yeah, and maybe it would have been 14 instead. Was there a reason why the teasing period in the Soul Vault release was short? Delays. Delays. This was supposed to come out on November 4th. No, November 9th.
Lucy, when you told me duets as secret in my M and GW/U, I thought it was just Romeo and Julieta. I did not expect duets on such a big scale. You are insane for this. Ty for organizing this. Ty for dreaming big and making it a reality.
Thank you for the Streamlabs!
Just finished watching the video. Congrats for the project, Lucy. Everyone did amazing, and it's always such a treat for the fans to watch everyone perform.
Thank you for the suba. Yeah, I mean, you can think about this as a concert. It was a short concert though, right? However, obviously it's not live, so it's not a live concert, but you can kind of think about it like that. It's a duet concert, duet short concert. The ad intermission, so cute. And for free? I saw somebody make a video on the hashtag SoulVault, and they did like, it was like a weird voice thingy, and it's free. Can I ask why you can't say the other people you had in mind since they were, because I never invited them. It would be rude if I say it. Because we never got to it, right? It was just a thought. And then it creates fake expectations too. Yeah. And I don't want to have like people like think about these like expectations and then not happening. Because at the end of the day, I could invite these people and they might not be able to join for a certain reason. So yeah, it would create fake expectations. Is it possible to hear some raw vocals? Unfortunately, no. Because most of them are not mine, and for mine, well, I need permission. So I can't do that. Yep. Well, yeah. With all of that said, I think it has to come to an end here. Got a busy rest of the day and tomorrow ahead. Preparing for Japan. "12 moons. Thank you for the 12 moons." Your premiere got the Twitter news. They mentioned as you are a key player in EN music scenes. You're amazing. You reach your goal with all of this. Aww. I'd ask more about Nameless, but if you're planning more for him in the future, yes, I am planning more for Nameless. That's why I gave him that name for now. They do have a name. I do know the name, but for lore purposes, we'll refer to them as Nameless. Thank you everyone for watching, for listening, for supporting me. Because honestly, this was a crazy idea. Impossible, if anything. Even Mana-san was very hesitant about this. But it was because of your guys' very, very, very strong support towards me that I was able to do this. So, I thank you with everything I have for allowing me to work on things like this. And I hope that we can keep doing some crazy stuff like this in the future as well. So, thank you again. Thank you. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'll keep doing my best. Your support is not going to be in vain. Okay? I'll keep doing my best. I'll keep working on crazy stuff. But remember that it's because of you, okay? It's because of you that I'm allowed to do these things. Your crazy support is everything. Alright. It's gonna be a couple of days until I can stream again. So, I'll see you then. In a random Twitter space. I will miss the Lunaris. Ah! I'll miss you guys. It's okay, it won't be that long. Just a couple of days. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Please stream Soul Vault. Get it to millions and millions of views. I know we can do it. I know it's possible. The impossible was already broken, so everything's possible, okay? Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Or night. Thank you so much for everything. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Jana.